Hello, friends. It's me, with stories about a bucket. That's it. That's the whole story. Thanks for coming. I'm kidding. This is cross-posted by Sijin Rin, who sent us the other stuff. But this is all originally from Reddit user Hokey Pokey Guest List, which I still like your name. This is more stories of the Bucket Woman. I'm trying to do these in order. I don't know that I have them in order, so I'm probably wrong. So, I don't know. We're going to do what we can. So, here we go. This is from Petty Revenge, by the way, so let's enjoy this. This is Bucket Woman versus my scraps bucket. Well, that's interesting. This is why we had motion-activated lights installed. I meant to share this a while ago, but I got sick for a few weeks and didn't have the energy. After the vicious dog attack, our old side gate started to wobble alarmingly. Almost like someone ran into it full tilt while escaping an angry house cat. I still wish I could have seen that. We reluctantly decided to demolish it, knowing that it would leave us more open to the Bucket Woman visits. But, since the new gate was due to be installed later that week, we reasoned that nothing that bad could happen. This is also the story of how wrong we were. Oh dear. Martin demolished the old gate on Sunday afternoon, neatly stacking the remains along the side of the garage near the bins. Later that night, about 11 p.m., I took my bucket of kitchen scraps out to the green bin. I didn't bother turning on the light because I was intending a quick trip in and out, and there was enough available light. It's the middle of winter and close to freezing, and I wasn't planning on staying out there very long. I waddle out into the dark wearing my dressing gown and slippers. I just reached the bins when I heard a noise in the yard behind me. I called out, "Who's there?" No answer, so I call out again, "Who is it?" This time a shapeless figure silently came towards me. I hurled the scraps bucket at it. The figure screamed, so I screamed louder. Since my brother wasn't available, I grabbed one of the bins and tried to use it as a shield, but I tripped and fell over to a grate. Ow. Then the lights came on, and everyone flooded outside. I sat on my ass, looking up at the Bucket Woman, now wearing my kitchen scraps, babbling and waving some papers. Disclaimer, I didn't score a direct hit with the bucket, just content splasher. Martin grabbed a cricket bat and growled at her in a voice that would have frozen Hades. "Get out, now!" The Bucket Woman tossed her papers in the air and fled, shedding potato and onion skins as she ran. Okay, my rational brain insists on replaying it like that, even though I know I only splashed her. That's okay, I really like this. My daughter rang 000, the neighbors rang, and so did the Bucket Woman. She said she'd come to serve legal documents on me, and I'd assaulted her. The police took the papers away, but left the scraps. So I limped away from this encounter, slightly wounded, but still a free woman, and triumphant. When I am old, in a nursing home, the memory of the Bucket Woman with my leftovers globbed on her legs still make me smile. But wait, there's more. Sunday afternoon, Martin looked out the window at the remains of the old gate, and I could see an idea forming. Then he disappeared. The next I saw him humping the old gate across the backyard and neatly piling the remains against the shared fence, on top of the old fence posts. He came back in and said that he moved the hard waste pile because, quote, "It really is an eyesore for the rest of the street, and the Bucket Woman doesn't like it when we make the street look messy." The words hoist and petard spring to mind. It's not exactly petty revenge yet, but if anyone wants to read about how it takes a village to install a motion-activated sprinkler, it's on my profile. You guys may have started a local cult. Well, let me see here. This is not a very long story, so you know what? We're going to do that one too. We're going to move on to the next part. We did this. Now let's read about the sprinkler. So this is, again, from the same OP. It takes a village to install a motion-activated sprinkler. So, here we go. Saturday at OP's house. Names change to protect the juvenile. The kids are all off doing their own thing, mostly involving mud and or football. Martin and I had brekkie, which included a liberal helping of YouTube videos of motion-activated sprinklers. Then Martin headed out to install our motion-activated sprinkler. After about 10 minutes, Martin stuck his head around the door and said that he invited his friend Andy around to help test it. I'm decent, so it's all good. Andy pulls up, and the pair of them start playing with the sprinkler. I'm sorry, scientifically testing it for the optimal settings. Totally know about this level of science. Next time I look up from my reading, Terry from across the road has joined them. Judging by the hand gestures and laughter, they're telling Terry about the sprinkler. This is when I decide to go for a short walk. Exercise helps me think, and I have a nasty HR issue to resolve on Monday, I hope. When I get back, Sam has joined the group. Martin, Andy, and Terry look like they've been showing Sam how the new sprinkler works. All four of them wave to me, and I head inside. Martin follows me and says they're going to Bunnings. He thinks they've worked out how to place a second sprinkler so it blasts anyone looking in the front window, but people can still reach the front door if they stick to the paths. Martin and Andy get in the car and drive off. Terry and Sam go home. Eventually the car backs in the driveway. Martin opens the boot. There are 2 Robo sprinklers, plus an extra hose and some other stuff I can't identify. Oh god, it's getting complicated. Andy puts one in the boot of his car and then comes back to help Martin install our second sprinkler. Terry and Sam also came back, and all 4 of them play with it a bit. I mean, scientifically adjust the settings so that legitimate visitors can approach the house without a squirting, but window peepers will definitely get hit. In theory, the bucket woman could defeat the sprinklers by just turning the garden tap off, but she looks to be in her mid-60s and is built like the original, so we don't think she has the ninja skills to reach it. Martin, who's about 20 years younger than her, tried and gave up, possibly due to excessive laughter after someone called out, the bouquet residence, the lady of the house is speaking, from the bedroom window. Andy, who is about 25 years younger than her, could do it, but discovered there's a very small margin of error before Darth Sprinkler activates. So we might have lost the element of surprise. Most of me doesn't mind if the bucket woman has seen the sprinklers of doom being demonstrated, if it makes her stray away from the damn windows, but part of me would like the smug satisfaction of hearing a shriek and the sound of Darth Sprinkler going off in the night. Oh, I love this little petty revenge story. This is a lot of fun. This is also the reason why I can't live around, like, people, and because this is the kind of shit I would do, like, just all the time. Once, years ago, when we lived in a different place, it was still the same town, but I lived in, like, a different house, we did actually have a sprinkler system. It was not remote or timed or anything. You actually had to go manually turn it on. But I do remember the best part about that was it worked for a while. We had these nice hedges in front of the house, so you just turn them on. They were all like on little poles. They weren't like way down on the ground. They actually sat about a foot or so out of the ground on a piece of PVC pipe. And the landlord warned us that if you use them, you had to make sure you turn the sprinklers on very low, because apparently some of the pipes were not properly set. And he just refused, I guess, to have the plumber come fix it. So that was it. They were just kind of like jammed in there, and they stayed if the water was on low. But if you turned it up really high, well, my sister, who was like 8 at the time, decided to turn it all the way up. And the sprinklers, well, they became airborne. And the the fucking fountains that sprouted out of our yard were quite interesting, actually. It was one of those moments that, like, I realized this is really funny, and we're both still kind of young. Like, I'm a little older than my sister, old enough to be the adult, but still at the same time, that was really funny, and I was like, look, if Mom finds out we did this, she's gonna fucking kill us, so we very quickly repaired the sprinklers. So I know how much fun sprinklers can be, but the idea of being able to turn them on some random asshole who's, like, creeping around your yard, oh, that sounds like 10 kinds of fun. I really do hope you got the satisfaction of that happening, but I don't know. Either way, if this story is something that interests you, a wonderful viewer, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, mainly because YouTube hates it when small channels like mine get any kind of attention, because they only like it when, you know, people who have all these things just make them more money. So do it out of spite. Specifically, it'd be really funny. Just fuck with them. Because fuck YouTube, right? Anyway, if you'd like to support this channel, actually, like, make a huge, I don't know, impression or something, I have a Ko-Fi and a merch store. We sell all kinds of weird shit, and Ko-Fi helps keep the lights on in here, because much like PBS, this show is brought to you by viewers like you. And if you'd like to watch these things being recorded live, I do that. Every weekend there are live streams. Like right now, there's a chat watching this. You can't actually hear them, but they're there. I'm not crazy. And, you know, if you have your own story to send me, r/Moonhorse Stories, you can send it there, and I will definitely see it. And who knows, maybe it'll even be made into a very strange video, like all the other things I do. They are really strange. Yeah. Also, make sure to check on the YouTube thing if you are following this stuff. I don't do the algorithm shit. I'm not changing, you know, thumbnails every 5 minutes or giving like, whoa, wacky new title. No. No. That's dumb. I'm not doing that. You know why you came here. Just got weirdly threatening right at the end, and I don't know why. I'm sorry about that. I'll see you in the next video. I should go. I love you. Goodbye.